Celeste, one of the great mysteries of the ocean. One of the biggest nautical mysteries of all time was the Mary Celeste, a ship found drifting on the ocean. When the crew discovered it, they discovered a meal had been set. There was no sign of any panic, but where were the crew? Was it a ghost ship? Was it a UFO? Was it a wave? Was it a rebellion? It is one of sea's biggest mysteries of all time. The Mary Celeste was a brigantine, not that big a boat. It started life being called the Amazon, but was nearly destroyed in a storm off Brittany. In October the 4th, 1872, Benjamin Briggs, the new captain, took on a cargo in New York of 1,500 barrels of raw alcohol, used for lots of products at the time, bound for Genoa in Italy. He took his wife with him and his infant son and what was apparently a very experienced crew. The Dei Gratia, meanwhile, set sail nearly at the same time from Canada with a shipment of petrol. On 4th December there was a cry from the mast, "Ship ahoy!" It was time to investigate. Upon reaching the boat, the men quoted, "As the vessel drew close, he could see nobody on deck, and he received no reply to his signals, so he sent the second mate, John Wright, in the ship's boat to investigate. The pair established this was the Mary Celeste by the name on her stern. They then climbed aboard and found the ship deserted. The sails were partly set and in poor condition, some missing altogether, and much of the rigging was damaged with ropes hanging loosely over the sides. The main hatch cover was secure. The ship's single lifeboat had apparently been stowed across the main hatch, but it was missing, while the binnacle housing the ship's compass had shifted from its place and its glass cover was broken. There was about 1.5 meters of water in the hold, a significant but not alarming amount for a ship of this size. A makeshift sounding rod, a device for measuring the amount of water, was found abandoned on the deck. They found the ship's daily log in the mate's captain, and his final entry was dated at 8 a.m. on November the 25th, 9 days earlier, recorded Mary Celeste's position then near the Azores, 400 miles away from the point where Dei Gratia encountered her. Devo saw the cabin interiors were wet and untidy from water, but was otherwise in reasonable order. He found personal items scattered about Briggs's cabin, including a sheathed sword, but most of the ship's papers were missing, along with the captain's navigational instruments. Galley equipment was neatly stowed away. There was no food prepared, but there were ample provisions in the stores. There was no obvious signs of fire or violence. The evidence indicated an orderly departure from the ship by means of the missing lifeboat. The Dei Gratia split their crews between the two ships and sailed them to Gibraltar. There they tried to claim salvage, but there were claims of wrongdoing and the mystery deepened. An investigation found some evidence of a sword being used, and some of the alcohol was unluckily missing. The Mary Celeste still sailed after this voyage, but was unlucky the third time as she was wrecked on a reef. The Mary Celeste went into history and legend as a name for lost at sea, ghost ships, and unsolved mysteries. Plays and films being made about the story. So what happened? Was it a freak wave? A tornado? A giant squid? Many people claim aliens captured the crew. Probably story of evacuated. The best one is a story of the ship that was evacuated onto the lifeboat. A rope was tied with the boat on, and this was later found to be broken. This means that the lifeboat would have gone adrift, and the crew would have met a horrible fate. But why would the captain leave such a solid ship and all jump onto the boat? Would they not leave one man on deck? It is the great unsolved mystery to this day.